All right, recording in progress.
She's a proper Yank, isn't she?
Yeah.
Right, okay, so I'll just mute everybody and bring you up on the screen. I'll do what we're going to be doing today. There we go. Oops. That's better. Okay, so we're going to start in a seated position. So find a comfortable seat. You can sit on your block. It's always a nice way to keep your hips stable. And our theme for this week is Vinyasa. So Vinyasa is a Sanskrit word for flow. And it's also a type of yoga. So I don't know if any of you have ever been to a Vinyasa yoga class, but if you have, it's a bit more energetic and it becomes a bit more flowing. It's a bit more dynamic. So the whole idea of Vinyasa yoga is that you move fluidly from one move to another. So when we do things like the sun salutation, which is a sequence of moves, that's a Vinyasa flow. So we're going to be doing quite a bit of that today. And the reason why we do it is that when you take your body through a series of flows like this, then you encourage a bit more flexibility in your body. So you're doing a repetitive move, one to the next each time. And hopefully each time you go through the flow, you find that your body loosens up a little bit more. And of course, don't forget your breath, because the whole thing about yoga is not just jamming ourselves into these poses, it's breathing into the poses. And that will help for the muscles to relax and the ligaments to relax. And we'll create a really nice Vinyasa flow. So that's the theme for this week. So we're going to start by just sitting up straight and tall. So find that straight, long spine. And just rest your hands where they're comfortable on your thighs or on your knees. And just close your eyes for a moment. So just tuning into your body. Checking in, how is it feeling this morning? Is it ready for any dynamic Vinyasa flow? So breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. And with each exhalation, just try and let go of any tension that you may be holding on to. So check in with your shoulders, all the way down your neck, down through your spine, down to your sit bones. Maybe your knees are feeling a little bit tight this morning, maybe your inner thighs. So as you breathe out, just try and relax those areas. Try and let go of any tension. So on your next inhalation, really send the breath all the way down the back of the throat, down the spine, all the way down into the bottom of the lungs. Expand in the lungs, expand in the rib cage. And as you exhale, just let the breath flow out, releasing the bottom of the lungs. Just see if you can feel that movement in the side ribs as you're sending the breath in and releasing back out. So usually when we breathe in and we send the breath down, we think about the belly expanding. This time I want you to feel the sides of your rib cage expanding. Breathing out. letting the rib cage settle. So if you think about an insect, sometimes when you see an insect moving and the wings move from the side of the body, just imagine that that's what your ribs are doing. As you breathe in, the ribs are opening sideways, and as you breathe out, they come back towards the center of the body, back towards the spine. So now take your hands to the side ribs. And as you breathe in, can you feel that movement in your hands? Sending your elbows out wider to the side. Breathing out, allowing the hands to just rest back towards the center of the body. Do that once more with the hands on the ribs. And then relax them down on the exhalation. Then slide your hands up to the top of your chest so that you're just resting your fingers close towards the middle of your collarbone, the clavicular area. Sending the breath all the way down to the bottom of the rib cage. The ribs are expanding. Just see if you can detect that movement in the top of the chest. Check that you're not bringing tension into your shoulders as you do this. Breathing out, relaxing from the belly, from the ribs, from the clavicular area. So 3-part breathing, breathing in deep, all the way to the bottom of the ribs, which presses on the diaphragm, causing the belly to come out. Just slightly, the side ribs expand as we open up the thoracic area. And as you top up that breath, it comes into the clavicular area. As you breathe out, relaxing from the base, from the belly, from the rib cage, from the clavicular area. And then allow your hands to just rest on your thighs once more. Taking the breath deep down to the belly. So we felt the movement, now visualize the movement. Breathing in deep. Expanding the rib cage. Feeling the top of the chest just rise. That doesn't mean the shoulders come up as well. The shoulders are still relaxed. Breathing out. One more deep breath. Controlling those 3 areas. Then relax. Let go of any control with the breath. Now just let it happen. Keeping your straight spine. Eyes are closed. Just observe the breath. Just observe how your body is feeling. Before we get into our practice. Next inhalation, drop your chin to your chest. Gently blink your eyes open and lift your head. Welcome to class. So we'll get some movement into our body. So we're going to move into the Lord of the Fishes twist. So just releasing your legs from this cross leg position. take your one foot, it doesn't matter which one, because we're going to go both ways. Take the ankle towards the opposite hip, and then take the other leg and lift it and place it over that bent knee that's on the floor. So you see, I've got my left heel to my right hip, and my right leg is up and over. So that already should be starting to give you a little bit of an opening in this right hip. So take the leg that's bent on the floor, the same arm, reach it forward and just cup the bent knee in the elbow, hug it towards you. And then reach with the other hand as you breathe in out, sweep that hand all the way behind you, look over your shoulder. So you're trying to keep both of your sit bones in contact with the mat. Relax your shoulders down, lifting the top of the chest, looking over your right shoulder or your shoulder, that whichever one you've chosen. Keep breathing. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, release that hand, come back to center, release the leg and swap over to the other side. So tuck the heel over towards the other hip, lift the leg up and over the bent knee. So you're planting the foot down, reach the hand forward, cup the knee in the elbow. Inhale as you reach your free arm forward, exhale it around. Looking over your shoulder. So feel it starting to open into your hips. Nice twist into the spine. Relax the shoulders down. Keep breathing. Lord of the Fishes. This pose. Ardha Matsendrasana. Inhale. Exhale. Release the hand to the front. Bring yourself back into a cross-legged position. So remember which leg is on top of the other. And just place your hands just on the mat alongside you and just bring some shoulder rolls into this. So start to breathe in, bringing the shoulders up to the ears, exhaling as you send them down and around. So your fingertips are just grazing the mat as you do this. And then send them in the opposite direction. Might be getting some clicks and clunks going on here. Just getting some movement into the upper spine. So a few more going forward. And then release. And we'll just do a few head rolls. So breathing in, send the top of the head up to the ceiling. Exhale as you drop your chin to your chest. Inhale and sweep the chin up and over the right shoulder. So you're relaxing your hands down towards the mat and you're sending the chin over to that shoulder. We're not bringing the shoulders up towards the chin. Inhale. Sweeping it down to the center, exhale it up and over to the other side. So you're having that feeling that you're dropping down from your shoulders to your hands and you're taking your chin over to the other side, over to the shoulder. Inhale, bring it back to the center, exhale, release. and engaging your tummy muscles. Inhale, keeping that length in the spine. Exhale as you walk your hands forward. So trying to keep that length, we're not rounding the back. Just bending the body forward, starting to feel that bit of movement into the hips. Walking the fingertips as far forward as they'll go. Breathe in here. Exhale, walking back. And then change the cross of your legs. So have the opposite leg on top. Sitting up straight and tall, hands in front. Sending the top of the head up to the ceiling. Exhale as you walk your hands forward once more. Feeling this movement in your hips, but slightly more intense on one side than the other now that we've swapped the legs. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, walk your hands back to center. And then just take your hands behind your hips. So have your fingers pointing forward. Lift your chest. Breathing in. And as you exhale, just see if you can lean back into your hands, squeezing the shoulder blades together, letting your chin drop towards your chest. So don't lift it. We're not crunching it in, but we're not lifting. Lifting the chin, the chest is coming up. We're opening the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades. And then bring yourself back upright. Cross the legs back in the other direction. And do the same movement. Hands behind you, fingers pointing forward. Lift the top of the chest. Just squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then release. Well done. So we'll start to come into a flow. So come into your all fours position. Rolling over. Find your all fours, hands under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Inhale. As you exhale, plant your toes into the mat, lift your knees and your hips, come up to downward facing dog. Only briefly, and walk your hands back towards your feet. Inhale as you take your hands out wide, lifting through the upper body, coming up to Tadasana. So reaching your hands up to the ceiling. Exhale to the heart center. We're in Tadasana, mountain pose. So your feet should be hip distance apart. Just feel that connection with the mat. Chin is parallel to the floor, tummy muscles engaged. Don't lock your knees. Inhale, take your hands out wide, reach up and overhead. Exhale, bringing your hands through the midline, coming down to Uttanasana, forward fold. Let the top of your head drop towards the mat. Inhale as you slide your fingertips up to your shins, half forward fold. Your gaze is down to the mat. Inhale. Exhale, slide your hands down to the mat and walk your hands out into plank position. So holding your plank, trying not to have your hips up into the air, we're keeping a straight line from the top of the head to the heels. Inhale. Exhale, knees to the mat, cross your feet at the ankles, bend your elbows, take your chin and your chest to the mat. This is chaturanga. Slide in through, release your feet, and come up to low cobra. So your elbows are tightly bent, squeezing against the side of your body. Your gaze is forward, keeping a length in your neck. Low cobra. Inhale. Exhale, release your chin and your chest to the mat. Take your hands behind you and interlace your fingers. So you can have your fingers interlaced here, or if you've got a strap, you can hold a strap. If your shoulders are too tight to allow you to comfortably have your fingers interlaced, a strap is a good option. Inhale. Exhale, lift your chin and your chest, keeping that length through the chin and the chest, the top of the head. Reach the hands away. You'll find your knees will lift away from the mat as well. So just create that length, that strength in the body. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands back to cobra position. Come up to low cobra. Exhale, release your chest back to the mat. Inhale, we're going to come up to cobra again. So your choice, low cobra or come up a little bit higher. Keeping those elbows tight against the body. Keep that length in the neck. Inhale. As you exhale, toes into the mat, bring yourself back to plank. Holding in plank just for a few breaths. Inhale. Exhale, send your hips up to the ceiling, drop your head, downward facing dog. So walk your feet in a little bit closer. Have a little walk of the heels, walk in the dog. Just getting some movement here. Just getting us into a little mini flow before we go into some of our other sequences. And then let your heels rest towards the mat. Dropping your head through your arms. Imagine you're trying to get your ribs on the tops of your thighs. Inhale as you walk your hands back towards your feet. Uttanasana, forward fold. Drop your head towards the mat. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins, create that flat back. Send the top of the head out in front of you. Inhale, hands go out wide, slowly bring yourself up. Reaching your hands up and overhead. Take your hands to the heart center. So everybody okay? Yeah, good. So standing up straight and tall, we're going to add a few more movements into it this time. Find your Tadasana, chin is parallel to the floor, tummy muscles engaged. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, send your hands out wide, reach up and overhead. Palms come together as you exhale through the midline all the way down to Uttanasana. Dropping the top of the head to the mat. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins. Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, walk your hands out, one hand print at a time to plank. Find your strong and steady plank. Inhale. Exhale, knees to the mat. Cross your feet at the ankles. Take your chin and your chest down to the mat. Slide it through. Release your feet. Come up into up dog or cobra, whichever is comfortable for you. So if you're only ready for low cobra, keep your elbows tight to the body, just lifting the chest, or up dog, coming up onto your toes, straightening the arms but not locking the elbows. Inhale. Exhale as you roll over your toes up to downward facing dog. Drop your head through your arms. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Engage your tummy muscles. Exhale your right leg up into the air behind you. Three-legged dog. Point the toes. Inhale. Bend in the right knee. Bring the knee to your right elbow. Exhale, send it back up into the air. Inhale to your left elbow. Exhale, back up. Inhale, bring the knee to your chest and really round your back. So you're coming up onto your left toes. Exhale and plant the foot forward, or help it through if you need to. So find some stability between these feet. So really plant that right foot down into the mat. You're up on your left toes. Engage your tummy muscles. Inhale as you sweep your hands forward, lift your chest. It's a bit of a balance. Coming up to crescent. So take your gaze up between your hands, creating that crescent pose. Brilliant. Inhale. Exhale, sweep your hands back to the mat. Drop your left heel into warrior one position. So it's in a 45-degree angle. Really plant the feet into the mat. Inhale as you sweep your hands up. Warrior one. So you're sinking down into the center. Check that right knee is not going forward of the ankle. Inhale. Exhale, open the arms out into cactus and lift your chest and your chin. Inhale, reach your hands back up, warrior one. Exhale, plant them down on the mat. Release your right foot, your back in downward facing dog. Just take a breath here. We're doing the same on the other side. Just relax into your downward facing dog. Let your head drop through your arms. Imagine you're making that perfect V shape. Inhale, engage your tummy muscles. Exhale the left leg up into the air, pointing with the toes. Inhale, bring the knee to your left elbow. Exhale it away. Inhale, right elbow. Exhale it away. Inhale, bring it up to your chest, round your spine. Exhale, plant your foot between your hands. You're coming up into that crescent again, so feel that stability in your feet. Make sure you feel balanced. Engage your tummy muscles. Inhale as you sweep your hands forward. Palms are facing each other as you reach up and back into crescent pose. Little mini back bend here. Keeping the length in your neck, don't crunch the back of your neck. Inhale, exhale, sweep your hands forward. Oops, knee went then. And hands back to the mat. Drop your right heel down into the mat, ready for warrior one. Inhale, sweep your hands forward, reaching up. Warrior one, sinking down through the center. Inhale, exhale, hands into cactus position. Send your chest forward, squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, plant your hands back to the mat. Release that leg. Release your knees to the mat, all fours. Knees wide, toes together, sit back into child's pose. Rest your forehead down on the mat. Take a breath here. Well done. Hopefully starting to make you breathe a little bit more heavily. Starting to get the energy flowing as we do our vinyasa. So bring yourself back up to all fours. Grab a drink if you need one. And then from all fours, plant your toes into the mat, starting to lift your hips, walk your hands back towards your feet, coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. So in your forward fold, let your head drop towards the mat. Inhale. As you exhale, bend your knees and sit back into your imaginary chair. Inhale, sweep your hands forward. You're coming up into Utkatasana, chair pose. Hands are parallel, lengthening through the neck. Inhale, exhale, come up to Tadasana. Just let your hands relax alongside the body. So we're going to do a Surya Namaskar B, which is Sun Salutation B, with a nice Vinyasa flow. Standing up straight and tall. Inhale, reach your hands up and overhead. Exhale, sit back into your imaginary chair. Utkatasana. Inhale, exhale, take your hands forward to the mat, hips up to the ceiling. Uttanasana, forward fold. Let your head drop. Inhale, walk your hands out into plank position. So we're going to plank, then chaturanga, and then up dog or cobra. Those three poses make up a vinyasa. So when we say do a vinyasa, we mean plank, inhale, exhale, knees to the mat, cross your feet at the ankles, send your chin and your chest to the floor, slide through, bring yourself into low cobra, inhaling, or up dog, whichever is best for you. Exhale, toes into the mat, lift yourself up to downward facing dog. So as we go through the next few flows even, when I say do a vinyasa, it means we're coming from the down dog position and vinyasa. So you can just watch me again if you like. Move into plank, knees down, cross your ankles, chest and chin, slide through, up dog or cobra, back to downward facing dog. Or when I say do a vinyasa, if you don't want to do a vinyasa, you just move straight to downward facing dog. That's your choice, okay? So we're in down dog. Inhale, exhale, step your right foot forward, drop your left heel, bring yourself up to warrior one. Inhale, exhale, hands to the mat, release that leg, do a vinyasa. So it's either down dog or plank, knees to the mat, chaturanga, lift yourself up through up dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale, exhale, step your left foot through. Drop your right heel, inhale, bring yourself up, warrior one. Keep breathing. Inhale, exhale, hands to the mat. Do a vinyasa, so either plank or go straight to down dog with planking, chaturanga, up dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale, knees to the mat. Knees wide, toes together, sink back. Child's pose. Inhale, bring yourself back up to all fours. So it's quite a challenge, isn't it? The vinyasa. We're just going to repeat the Surya Namaskar B once more with your choice. We'll do it a little bit faster, maybe a little bit more fluidly. And I'm just going to bring you all up on the screen so I can see you a little bit better as we do this. So from our all fours, inhale, toes into the mat, lift your hips, drop your head, walk your hands back to Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale and slowly bring yourself up. Brilliant. So Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, reach your hands up and overhead, palms are just facing each other. Exhale as you sit down into your imaginary chair, Utkatasana. Inhale, exhale, hands to the mat, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, do a vinyasa, walk your hands out to plank. Exhale, knees to the mat, feet are crossing, chin and chest, sweeping through, up dog or cobra, lifting up, exhaling, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale, right foot forward. Drop your left heel, sweeping up into warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Do a vinyasa or downward facing dog. So Vinyasa, plank, chaturanga, down to the mat, up dog or cobra, inhale back to downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Drop your right heel. Inhale, come up to warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, do a vinyasa. Hands to the mat, release your foot. Remember, you can go to down dog or plank, knees, chaturanga, sliding through, up dog or cobra, lifting, up to down dog. Inhale, exhale, knees to the mat, toes together, knees wide, sink back, child's pose. So you've been through a few vinyasa flows. Hopefully your body is feeling a little bit freer, a little bit more flexible. Maybe you can feel that energy flying around the body as you breathe in a little bit harder. Inhale and bring yourself back up to all fours. Plant your toes into the mat. Exhale, come up to downward facing dog. Inhale. As you exhale, step your right foot forward. Drop the left foot into the mat. Inhale, bring yourself up. Warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands down to the mat. Now there's a choice here. You can have your hands on the mat or your hands on a block. If your arms don't feel particularly long in this position, we're going to inhale, and as we exhale, just sweep this left hand up. Oh, that hurts. And up to the ceiling. Just reaching up. So having a block under your right hand helps to keep that opening through the front of the chest. Otherwise, reaching your hand up. So take your hands back to the mat, and I'm just going to show you another option here. So with our hands reaching up, we can do a wrap. So drop the raised arm up and around so that it comes around your body. Take your hand that was on the mat, send it through the legs and catch hold of the fingers. So you're opening through the chest. So I'll show you that again. So our feet are in warrior one position. Our right hand was to the floor or on a block. Your choice. We inhaled and lift our left hand up into the air. Exhale, drop that left hand around the body, comes towards the right hip. Release your right hand from the mat, send it through the legs and catch hold of the hands. That's it, brilliant. And see if you can lift your chest. Brilliant. Keep breathing. So we're trying to open our left shoulder back towards the wall behind you. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands to the mat. Release your right foot back into downward facing dog. And we're going to try the other side. Just going to move so you can see me. Inhale. Exhale, step your left leg forward. drop your right heel into warrior one. Have your block on the left of your left foot for your left hand, or just place the left hand down. Inhale as you reach your right hand up to the ceiling. Opening out through the chest. Send the top of the head out in front of you. Keep that length in the spine. Inhale. Exhale, drop the right hand behind you towards your left thigh and send your left hand through the gap, through your legs, interlace the fingers. So as your fingers are together, you're trying to lift that chest, lifting and twisting. Brilliant. Keep breathing. Well done, everybody. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands to the mat. Step your left foot back. So do a vinyasa or stay in down dog. Plank, knees to the mat, chaturanga, chin and chest, slide it through. Up dog or cobra. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Well done. That was your last one. Inhale as you walk your hands back towards your feet. Exhale slowly, slowly, slowly. Come up to standing. Tadasana. Well done. Take a breath here. How did you find that wrap? Quite intense. Quite a nice opener over the shoulders though, isn't it? So take a breath here. Inhale. As you exhale, step your right foot forward. Not too wide, about 2 foot, I suppose, in front, and your feet are both parallel. Your hands are together at the heart center. Keep that length through the spine, send the top of the head up to the ceiling. Relax your shoulders down. So really plant your feet. Feel that your feet are very stable. As soon as we put them in this parallel position, it can make you feel a little bit wobbly. So spread your toes wide. Engage your tummy muscles. Inhale. Exhale, take your hands behind you and interlace your fingers. Inhale. Exhale, start to bend your upper body forward halfway. So you're creating a flat back. Inhale. Exhale, reach your hands up towards the ceiling, really opening through the upper chest. Your gaze is down to the mat. Your head is facing forward. So just lift your head slightly. Dive, that's it, brilliant. Keeping a straight spine. Inhale, keep those tummy muscles engaged. Keeping that strength in your feet. As you exhale, fold your body forward over the leg. Send your hands up to the ceiling. Imagine you're trying to get your nose to your knee. Brilliant. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands towards your front foot. Hands down, fingertips to the mat. Step your left foot forward. You're in Uttanasana. Let your head drop. Inhale as you slowly bring yourself back up to standing. Hands to the heart center. Samastiti. Tadasana with hands to the heart center. Shoulders are down and relaxed. So stepping back to the back of the mat. Do the other side. Inhale, engage your tummy muscles. Exhale, step your left foot forward. About 2 foot. So 2 feet, 24 inches. Keeping that length in your spine. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, really opening through the top of the chest. So squeezing the shoulder blades together. Keep that length through the spine. Send the top of the head up to the ceiling. Tummy muscles engaged. Keep this length here. Inhale. Exhale. Send the hands away from you. Really opening up through the front of the chest. Gaze is forward. Inhale. Exhale. Bending at the hips. Create that flat back. Gaze is to the mat. Keep that length in the neck. Don't lift the head, crunch the neck, and sending the top of the head straight out in front of you. Keep those tummy muscles engaged. Inhale. Exhale. Just drop your nose towards your knee. Opening up through the shoulders. Send your hands up and over. Brilliant. Brilliant opening of the backs of your shoulders, Jane. You've got really flexible shoulders. Really good. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly release your hands. Step your foot forward. You're in Uttanasana. Inhale and slowly bring yourself up. Well done. Hope you're feeling a little bit more loose and lubricated. So we're going to come down to the mat now. So turn it sideways, take your feet out in a wide-ish position. So as wide as you need them to be to come down into a comfortable squat. So that might be really wide. Or you might have such flexible ankles that you can bring your feet in much closer. I need them about just slightly wider than my hips. Toes pointing out to the side. Keep that length. Hands to the heart center. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Sink down through the center. Down into Malasana. So we're sitting into our deep squat. Have your arms, your elbows sort of tucked in inside of the thighs to support this position. We're just going to try something a little bit different. So really send your right hand down, your right arm down in towards your right knee. So feel as though you're tucking your right shoulder towards your right knee, and then reach your right hand out onto the mat. So it goes out in a diagonal line from your shoulder, going out towards the right. Place the palm down on the mat. Inhale and lift your left arm. Oh, this one hurts. Up and over. So you're reaching away. You're creating or trying to create a straight line, hand to hand. Inhale, release your hands back to the mat. Now take your left shoulder towards your left inner knee. Straightening the left hand out towards the mat so it goes out in like a diagonal. Right hand comes up, reaching. Oh, it's intense on the hips and the tummy. Hands back to the mat. Gently release your hips. Ooh. Come down into semi-supine. And let's have a nice little release of those hips. So lying back on the mat, semi-supine, hands go out wide, palms facing down. So your hands are in a T shape. Just check in with your lower back. Allow your lower back to rest down towards the mat. So tilt your pelvis, encourage it to make that connection. And then lifting the pelvis up and away, creating the arch, sending it back down. Let it find that comfortable, neutral position. And when you're there, just allow your spine to drop into the mat. So keeping your knees together. Inhale and lift your hips and plant them over towards the left side of your mat. And as you exhale, drop both knees together over to the right. So we're getting quite an intense stretch through the waist down to the hips. So your knees should be resting one on top of the other. And if you want to add to this, you can stay here or you can inhale. Exhale, straighten the top leg, the left leg, and take your left toes over towards your right hand. And if your neck's feeling good, turn your head to your left hand. Just breathing into the left side of the body. Breathing out all the tensions. Releasing into this lovely stretch. Inhale as you bring your head back to center. Bend your top leg. Place your knees together. Bringing them back up to the center of the mat. Lift your hips. Bring them back into the center. And we're going to go again on the other side. So knees are together. Inhale, lift your hips and plant them on the right side of the mat. Exhale, drop your legs over to the left. And create that lovely twist. And if you want the option, inhale, exhale, straighten your right leg, send your right toes to your left hand, and turn your gaze to your right hand. Feel that lovely opening in the right side of the body. Inhale, bring your leg back so that they're resting one on top of the other. Bring your head back to center. Your knees back to center. Lift your hips. And then just gently slide your legs away from you. If you want another layer, grab your blanket and just place it over you. We'll just have a few moments in Shavasana. Just to finish the class. So your arms are alongside your body in a gentle V, palms facing up. feet slightly wider than hip distance apart. Let your toes drop out to the side. Just do a body scan from the top of your head, over your face, down your neck, your shoulders, all the way down your arms to your fingertips. Feel your spine sinking down into the mat. Scanning down from your hips, your thighs, down to your knees, your calves and your shins, your ankles and your feet. Just letting everything go. Releasing down into the mat. Each time you exhale, just feel your body sink. Just stay there for a few moments. Bring some awareness back into your body now. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Sigh out through the mouth. Once more. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. And on your next inhalation, reach your hands up and overhead and do a full body stretch, pointing from your fingers to your toes. Inhale, bend your knees, place your feet flat on the floor. Exhale and roll over to your right hand side. And curl yourself up into a tight little ball. Give yourself a kutch. And when you're ready, bring yourself up to a seated position. And we'll finish with our 3 breaths together. Taking our hands out wide. Inhale, reaching up and overhead. Exhale to the heart center. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Namaste. All okay? Did you like your Vinyasa, or is it too much?
No, they were nice. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, they're great. The bit I can't do is go down. You know, when you say to go down with your nose and your chest, I just seem to. I always end up going down. I can't go head. I end up there. I end up going. I can't do that. I can't work out how to do that.
Sit down, so you're in plank.
Yeah.
You need to the mat, cross your ankles,
Yeah.
elbows. So do the elbow bend, take your chin and your chest and slide through.
Right. Okay. I seem to sort of
Break it plank.
find it very hard to go down chest first rather than sort of stomach first. If you know what I mean. I can't sort of.
It's because when you're in this position,
My arms aren't strong enough, I think.
you're going to smash your face, don't you? That's the.
Yeah.
If you do the move with the elbows going back tight into the body,
Right.
when you do this, you've got much more control, and then you can slide through.
Right. Okay. I'll have to practice that. I think I think maybe I haven't got my arms in the right place. Yeah.
Tight, and it's literally just that bend. I mean, if you practice that just from a plank, and then taking your hand, you know,
I feel as if I sort of crash down rather than going down, you know, gracefully. Go down in one bang.
you get there.
Keep practicing. But no, thank you. That was good. That was good workout. Very good. Thank you.
Debbie, thank you, Suzanne. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Okay.
See you all soon.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
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 Bye.